Lately, there's a new anime show on the block, U149, part of the classical Idolmaster franchise. The show is about a small idol group, featuring younger idols under 149 centimeters of height. For those who have no idea what Idolmaster is, this is a very good opportunity to jump in the black hole. In the biggest doujin convention in Japan, Comic Market or Comic Cat for short, Toho Project, Kankore, FGO, and the Idolmaster have always been known as the Big Four in Japan's doujin circles, having the most booths in Comic Cat every year. However, while Idolmaster is immensely popular in mainland Japan, it's hardly known in the English community. Welcome to the introduction of the Idolmaster franchise. So, what the hell is an Idolmaster? Is it a Love Live copycat? Well, the franchise was launched back in 2005 under Bandai Namco. Not to bore you with history, it started out as an idol management arcade game, in which you're an idol producer or manager under the company of 765 Productions. In the game, you were tasked to manage your idols with stats, outfits, and units, like a strategy game visual novel crossover. In fact, they still have those OG arcade machines in Japan right now. Building on the success of the OG arcades, they launched many games for different platforms from 2007. Starting out at Idolmaster for Xbox 360, another strategy management game. Then other games for Nintendo DS or consoles, as well as the first ever smartphone game, the Idolmaster Mobile. In between the games, there were also 3 anime series before U149. One is Idolmaster Xenoglossia, released back in 2007, which is a very weird mecha idol mashup show, which you can pretty much ignore. And then the other one is Idolmaster Anime, a very classical idol anime show released in 2011, which features the idols of 765 Productions. The next one is Idolmaster Cinderella Girls, released in 2015, another idol anime show. But this time it's a spin-off show that focuses on another management agency, 346 Productions, also known as the RmaN Cinderella Girls. In 2017, there's also the release of SideM, which features male idols. Apart from anime shows, there are also a ton of manga, a ton of art books, and concerts that only hardcore fans can really catch up with. Moreover, the music is just awesome. You know, for a franchise with more than 15 years of history, the massive catalog of music is not just limited to your classical Japanese idol pop. It has touched on many other genres, including rock, metal, K-pop, dubstep, musical, disco, and my personal favorite, big band jazz. Bossa Nova, even samba, Japanese style rock, '70s idol pop, enka, a Japanese traditional music, and even more jazz. The music in RmaN is so diverse that I would love to make a future video on it. So the difference between Idolmaster and Love Live or even K-On! Is that Idolmaster is an actual professional idol agency, rather than just a high school club. So you can view the show from the perspective of the producer, who manages the daily routine, training and scheduling of the idol. So more of a professional setting rather than just an amateur. Moreover, the characters are way diverse, not just limited to high school girls. You have girls in the U149 show as young as 9 years old, or as old as 25 in the unit after 20, and even reaching 30s in the male branch. Therefore, there's always something for everyone. Bloody hell, there are so many games, so many music, and so many branches. Fast forward to 2023, there are currently 4 main branches of Idolmaster. First, you have 765 Productions, the classical, the OG 12 girls from the original arcade series. Their flagship game is Million Live Theater Days, or Mirisita, a very simple rhythm game which also features another 40 girls on top of the original 12 girls from the OG arcade. If you are new to rhythm games, then this will be a great start for you. The level of difficulty for the hardest category is around level 24 to level 27 of Project Segai. The game also features a very heavy use of 3D animation, so there's a 3D dancing performance for every song out there. The game also features classic songs from the OG Idolmaster era such as Honey Heartbeat, and my personal favorite, Vampire. In fact, this game is my very first rhythm game, so it has a very special place in my heart. The second branch is Cinderella Girls, which is also what the unit's U149 belongs to. The flagship game is Starlight Stage, or Deresude, currently the most popular game in the franchise and a top seller in Japan. In 2017 alone, it had sales of 26.6 billion in Japan, or 200 million in freedom dollars. In this game, the beat maps are much slower than Project Segai, but they are highly technical with a lot of confusing flicks and slides. The hardest maps are around level 33 plus of Project Segai. The game also features a massive cast, with well over 200 characters, but around only 100 are voiced. Each character features their own interesting backstory that is well worth exploring. Some of the more interesting characters are Nana Abe, the eternal 17 years old, who had been an underground idol for many years.
メジャーデビューの光は見えないし、最終章もそろそろ引っ張れないし、その上、メイドカフェの昔からのお客さんはどんどん来てくれなくなっちゃうし。
Or Ramu, who is an infamous internet otaku.
子供の頃をやり直したい。中学生に戻って罪悪感なく遊びたい。僕、リアムちゃん6歳、ピカピカの1年生。将来有望なエリート小学生だよ。おい、なんだよその目は。そんな生温かい目で僕を見るな。
As well as one of my very favorites of the franchise, Nagi Hisakawa, which has a very unique speech style and speaks like a narrator.
わお、ナギは頭を下げられました。なんと、大人が14歳の子供に頭を下げる衝撃の瞬間は CM の後。
Apart from the music, one major selling point of the game is the music videos, which are very well made. Each year, the game also hosts a Cinderella Girls election, very similar to the AKB election I mentioned in my previous video. The most popular girls will get special treatment to receive new songs and center position. It's very interesting to see the producers all promoting their favorite idols across social media. Then there is 315 Productions SideM, the only male branch of the Idolmaster with around 40 characters. Well, obviously, I'm a guy, so not really the target audience of this branch. But they also have another rhythm game with very similar 3D animation as Mirisita, but unfortunately it will be shut down a bit later this year. Finally, we have the newest branch, 283 Productions, Shiny Colors with 24 characters. It is still awaiting its anime debut next year, but the characters are very popular in Japan. The flagship game is Shiny Colors or Shiny Mustard, a management strategy game, very similar to the origin of Idolmaster. Apart from the 4 main branches, there are also other smaller management companies such as 876 Productions, but they don't really have a featured game right now. I should also mention that the branches are not separate completely. There are also a lot of cross-collaboration. Voyager is a very high quality music video on YouTube that I absolutely recommend everyone to watch, which features characters from all branches. Wow, there's a lot to take in. Yet this raises one question though. As the franchise has so many games and media, why is it non-existent in the West? Well, the answer is Bandai Namco. Despite its massive popularity in Japan, Idolmaster has struggled to gain a foothold in the English-speaking community. One of the main reasons for this is the reluctance of Bandai Namco, the franchise publisher, to invest in English localization and marketing. The company has traditionally focused on the East Asian market, with localizations of games usually in traditional Chinese or Korean. This has made it very difficult for English speakers to access. If you don't speak an inch of Japanese, then any of the aforementioned games will be quite difficult to get into. Luckily, there are lots of fan-subbing groups that translate the stories as well as game tutorials. But still, the language barrier is very hard to overcome. Additionally, the unique cultural and linguistic differences between Japan and the West pose a challenge for localization. The franchise focus on Japanese idol culture and music may not resonate as strongly as Western audiences. This highly underrated video by Idolmaster subs also highlights the great difficulty of translating Idolmaster stories, as the diverse cast of characters from all regions in Japan speak a lot of local Japanese dialects that will be very difficult to reflect in English. Nevertheless, Idolmaster is still extremely popular in Japan. One of my favorite aspects for the community is their business cards. Players print out very fancy cards like a game profile to put down their friend IDs and their main idols. They will exchange their cards like an actual producer with other players in concerts and events. Last week, as I was in Kyoto University, I also spotted an outdated poster for an university event for all Idolmaster enthusiasts, so you can see Idolmaster practically everywhere in the country. If you are interested in getting into Idolmaster, the best place to start is either Starlight Stage or Million Life. Both are free mobile rhythm games with gacha aspects that is really easy to get into. You can also watch the anime shows, which is a great way to know the idols and their personalities. In conclusion, the Idolmaster is a massive franchise. Don't let the language barrier hold you back and try it out.